Okay, it's Matt and Josh. Marvel news roundup this week. First, our sponsor.
Your new multi-vendor marketplace, YouSellComics.com, offers a site exclusively for buying and selling of all things comics. Slabs, omnis, trades, and more. Sell for as low as 5% commission or 0 commission monthly tiers. Run your own auctions, unlimited bin listings. YouSellComics.com. Buy, collect, sell.
Okay, so a little bit in Marvel news this week.
Yeah.
Also, if you hear thunder in the background, it's raining quite heavily here.
That's crazy.
It should have been done 20 minutes ago, according to the radar, but we all know that
Mother Nature.
radar's not real. First news item of the week: Wolverine and Sabretooth are going to war in an upcoming Marvel epic. Described by Marvel as a 10-part epic, Sabretooth War will start in Benjamin Percy's Wolverine 41. The industry giant claimed in a press release it's finally time for Percy to pit Wolverine against his greatest foe, and the critically acclaimed comic book creator will not be conquering this venture on his own. The publisher stated, joining him for the occasion will be award-winning author of The Changeling and The Devil in Silver, and the writer behind Sabretooth's own journey the last few years, Victor Laval. They'll be teaming up with the two of industry's hottest artists, Corey Smith and Jeff Shaw, to deliver the definitive Wolverine and Sabretooth story. So Wolverine 41 is going to be part 1 of Sabretooth War. There's the first cover.
Cool cover.
Then you have issue
That one too.
42. And I think that might be all the covers we have. That cover is by Neil Francis Yu. Taking place right in the middle of Fall of X, or Fall of 10 event. Readers will be able to learn more about both characters' statuses during one of Marvel's darkest eras. Publishers promise not only will fans learn about the feud between Wolverine and Sabretooth, but they also experience a lethal war with many casualties. Ooh, people are going to die. Percy further elaborated on what fans can expect from Sabretooth War. Sabretooth is the definition of Big Bad, one of the nastiest, cruelest, scariest villains in the 616. Wolverine's greatest nemesis, which is exactly why we haven't allowed their stories to intersect during this age of Krakoa until now. The tension is built up painfully, and now these two savage titans are going to claw and slash their way into each other's lives again in what will be the most violent Wolverine story in Marvel history. Okay, that's a big claim, most violent in history. We'll see. Given Marvel doesn't really do a whole lot with it's not a lot of blood in X-Men comics, if I recall. But we'll see. So that comes out on sale January 10th. So next year, 2024. Wolverine 41.
Cool.
Okay, Ghost Rider news, and this is kind of sad because it's been stopped by, so one is coming out, one is a rumor.
Right.
Ghost Rider versus Human Torch battle tease in Fantastic Annual #1. It's Hellfire versus Supernova in the Cosmic Fantastic Four Annual issue out today. This annual is part of the Contest of Chaos miniseries, which will be told across 9 annuals. Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Moon Knight, Venom, Spider-Gwen, X-Men, the Avengers, and the Fantastic Four.
Holy shitballs.
It's quite the cover.
Yeah, that is
series. We'll
rocking.
see Agatha Harkness using the Darkhold to pit Marvel heroes against one another as part of our mystery agenda. Matchups include Spider-Man versus Wolverine, Storm versus Iron Man. It's kind of just a free-for-all of characters against each other.
That's fun.
There's another cover, Fantastic Four. Yeah, so that's out today.
I have a question.
No. What's your question?
How much was Agatha used in a lot of the main story comics, I guess, that were popular?
Well, she's not. So she was not in the current Scarlet Witch, although I stopped reading it, so I'm not sure if she's shown up now. She did have a 5-issue miniseries that came out this year. That was all right. Kind of relaunched her character. Before that, I don't think she'd really been any part of any team or anything for a bit.
Yeah.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong. For sure, I'm sure I'm wrong. But in the last 2 or 3 years, I don't recall her being used very much at all.
Okay. I was just kind of curious because I feel like from people talking, the rumors or whatever, that they're putting a serious push on Agatha, and I think it's maybe just how well what's her name played her, and everything was kind of working.
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, Catherine Hahn. Yeah, the way she played the character, and everything else. I feel like they're kind of giving that a good push, and like the recent rumor about it being what is it, the road, Witch's Road.
Yeah.
Is what it's supposed to be, and like the whole thing's gonna be on that. It's gonna include Wanda. It's like the whole thing. It's like, oh mama, like, yep, could be thick.
Yeah, I don't. It's probably good business for Marvel when they throw in a character that seems to click on television to bring her back in comics, and then if they're gonna have a series with her later on, they kind of bring her back up in the comics, reinvent her, or tweak her story or something, or make her relevant again. Guardians of the Galaxy didn't really have a lot of volumes before James Gunn took it over, made it big, and then they started getting, most of the time the Guardian runs were canceled. It's my understanding. They had a couple of short runs and they never went very long. And then after James Gunn made them popular, they started putting them back in comics, is my understanding. There's the War of Kings and Road to War of Kings that they were involved in, an Annihilation event, but I don't think before that they were. Let's look that up, actually. So let's see, series. How many Guardian volumes have there been?
Say probably a bunch.
They kind of disappeared. Yep, they disappeared from 2008 to 2015.
That sounds about right.
And then once the movie came out in 2017, then you got 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2013. So they were kind of sparse.
Yeah.
For volumes, and then after the movie came out, they started getting more.
Kablamo.
Yeah, kablamo. So we'll see what happens with Contest of Chaos. I just got back from the comic shop like an hour ago, and I forgot if this was in my pull list or not. If I got this one, I can go back tomorrow. They have lots of copies. So the other Ghost Rider thing this week, which I was bummed about, was it seems like there might have been a solo project in development before the strikes. Marvel Studios were reportedly developing Ghost Rider solo project before the Hollywood strikes begun. Could this be the start of the Midnight Suns ensemble in the MCU? Excuse me. Before Hollywood strikes issued an aggregate halt to the entire production of the entertainment industry, there were still several projects being developed by studios covertly before they were ready to be announced and move forward at the beginning stages of production. Rumor has it a solo Ghost Rider project was secretly being developed by Marvel before the strikes begun. According to the Twitter guy or person, My Time to Shine Hello, who's mostly the source of rumors, along with that other Jeff Schneider from Hot Takes podcast or whatever. Yes. While this rumor has not been confirmed nor denied, the Post claims that once Hollywood strikes fully come to a close, Marvel will move forward in developing project. If this does turn out to be true, the solo project could potentially be a special presentation feature for the character, much like how they did Werewolf by Night, but of course nothing is yet known about the project, much less its screening. If Marvel does move forward in making the Ghost Rider solo project, it would be another step in the right direction to incrementally and not incrementally introducing all the members of the Midnight Suns ensemble with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So far, those have been introduced: Doctor Strange, Moon Knight, soon to be Blade, Ghost Rider, and so forth. I guess they'll start out with Johnny Blaze, I'm assuming, but they could also do Danny Ketch or Robbie Reyes, which Robbie Reyes was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's also a female Ghost Rider that showed up in Midnight Suns. I currently forget her name, but she is also a Ghost Rider. I forget her name, but they could do her as well. If they're gonna do a Ghost Rider, I feel like they should tie it in with the R-rated universe. Like if they're gonna do Blade, Deadpool, they could really do they could really, and Werewolf by Midnight, they could do really a horror part of the MCU that's kind of darker, more, more geared towards adults than the rest of the MCU has been.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, get some pen and stare going on. Nick Cage should not come back, though.
I mean,
I understand he loves that character, and that's why he wanted to do it. But, no.
it would be cool, like a quick cameo, maybe. A little taste.
Like alternate universe, maybe?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Okay,
not
fine.
CGI. Yeah, okay.
Fine. Like the Flash, Superman, alternate universe.
Oi.
Yeah.
Yikes.
More rumors, because we all love rumors here. Marvel Comics rumored to be launching new Ultimate Spider-Man title along with Ultimate Black Panther and more. Jonathan Hickman's Ultimate Invasion series has followed the Ultimate Reed Richards as the Maker as he rebuilds Earth 1610 in his image, which I'm 2 issues into that Ultimate Invasion storyline with the Maker, and it's pretty good.
Cool.
It would be cool one day, I think, to see the Maker in the MCU. The evil version of Reed Richards. I think he's a good villain. This led to some seismic changes, including Peter Parker, who never became Spider-Man, and Iron Man, who's Howard Stark instead of Tony. Whether those changes stick remains to be seen, though we have known for a while that the limited series will conclude with the creation of a new Ultimate Universe. The line originally launched in the early 2000s with the Ultimates, and titles revolving around characters such as Spider-Man, the X-Men, and the Fantastic Four. Unfortunately, everything started to fall apart when Jeff Loeb got involved, and it was Hickman who brought a seemingly permanent end to Earth 1610 in the pages of Secret Wars. It's always a problem when Jeff Loeb gets involved.
Yeah.
He did do, some people like his work on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but then he also did The Inhumans. So,
oof. I feel like he always needs a partner, right? Because he did Smallville with somebody else, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's done some DC stuff too.
So he needs a partner.
It sounds like this won't be a redo of the original Ultimate Universe. So we bet on these comics all looking very different this time. Ultimate Spider-Man is particularly intriguing. Will Miles Morales return on his own, return to his own reality, or we're just getting a new take on Peter Parker? So Ultimate number 4 was the debut of Miles Morales as Spider-Man, so that's why it's a big book and an important book from Hickman's run. So new series coming out. The current first 2 issues of Ultimate Invasion are out and have been pretty good, so if you want to pick those up, you should. Okay. So last week we talked about Scarlet Witch being a catalyst or somehow involved in Deadpool 3. I think we were all wrong. Rumors continue to swirl that Earth 838 will play a crucial role in Deadpool 3, but is the threequel going to feature Elizabeth Olsen's return as Scarlet Witch or not? We may finally have an answer. For months now, rumors have persisted about Earth 838 playing a key role in Deadpool 3 and various leaks. If various leaks are to be believed, the events of Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness have left that reality in disarray, primarily because Scarlet Witch brutally murdered the Illuminati. It was pretty brutal. We just started.
It was delicious.
We just started watching Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness rewatch in 4K, and yeah, we haven't got to that part yet. We're only about like 45 minutes in, but yeah, she did a good job murdering those people.
How does that look in 4K so far?
Not. It's not great.
I can imagine.
The non-special effect things look fine, but this is kind of like the start of the bad special effects because then you had Thor Love and Thunder, which had some terrible shots. You had Quantumania, which had some really terrible shots. No Way Home was mostly fine. I didn't really notice anything watching in 4K that was like, ugh. But this is kind of the beginning of the end for good Marvel effect shots, given the pandemic. So, so the power vacuum supposedly means Magneto has reshaped the world in his image, with the TVA tasking Deadpool and Wolverine to put an end to a reality which could pose a threat to the entire multiverse.
Oh my god.
It's hard to imagine Scarlet Witch not somehow being involved in that. However, one reliable scooper claims that neither Scarlet Witch variant will appear in Deadpool 3. This isn't massively surprising, especially as we know both Agatha Covenant of Chaos and Nuremberg Witch's Road special presentation are set to address the mystery surrounding Wanda's disappearance. It's a shame in many ways, as Magneto's rumored role in Deadpool 3 will have given Marvel Studios a chance to finally explore his and Wanda's father-daughter dynamic. That can still that can still happen without the character being present, of course, and we dread to think what happened to Earth 838 Wanda after she laid waste to the leaders of the totalitarian world. Deadpool is set to be released May 3rd, 2026. It'll get pushed back again 2 years, but it's supposed to be 2024. But again, SAG-AFTRA and WGA met with the studios this week and called it a joke, and it's not really necessary until the CEOs get involved. So the strike's gonna keep going for the foreseeable future. Yeah. Okay, so that's Marvel news of the week.